look at it this way, that it was 4.5 years ago we saw the massive transfer of military gear to local policemen. That's under not just Barack Obama, that's under a black Attorney General, Eric Holder.
That's right. Who now says, by the way, that we are going to, and the Justice Department, make a real effort to end the practice of racial profiling. So I come back to my point. Right. Yes, of course, there are still many problems.
6 years, every 28 hours, a black youth has been shot for 6 years, and now finally we get these symbolic gestures after the massive transfer of huge amounts of military wear to the local policemen. What we're getting is what politicians do. It's calculation. We were looking for a president that had moral conviction and that was concerned with doing what is right, just, and moral, not doing what is just a matter of calculation.
And even in our interview, you've already suggested that it's no good just sort of issuing symbolic words and gestures. But hang on a sec. Is there not something about having a black president in the White House for the last 6 years, which has been symbolically important, and that some of the words he uses, for example, the now famous phrase he used after the killing of the teenager Trayvon Martin in Florida in 2012,
yes.
When Obama went before the public on the TV cameras and he said this about Trayvon Martin. He said, if I had a son, he would look just like Trayvon. And when I think about this boy, I think about my own kids. That is something new for Americans, and doesn't that matter?
That does matter. It matters at the symbolic level. But let me tell you why it's hollow. It's because you had a son, I had a son, shot down by either police or a vigilante. The response to that shooting would not be, we must accept the decision, we are a nation of laws. If a father responds in that way to the death of his son, something is wrong. So the words may come out saying, well, if I had a son, it would look like Trayvon Martin. But when Trayvon was shot, what did he say? He said, we are a nation of laws, we must follow through with the trial and accept the trial. Well, see, fathers don't talk that way.
Yeah, but hang on,
fathers
he's a
don't talk that
president.
way.
Presidents cannot recommend the breaking of the law.
But you can't use the language of a father and then the next minute act like you're president and represent a unjust rule of law. It's an unjust rule of law. The killing of Michael Brown was unjust, immoral, and wrong. He can't say that. He can't take a stand.